is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
It's game day at Toyota of Hollywood. Our all-stars are here to give you our MVP experience. Join the fun and feast on discounts up to $4,500. Huddle up and score big on a 25 Corolla. Not $26,000, $17,988. It's a tailgate party you don't want to miss. So gobble up the savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rail. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rail can help.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Slowman Shield Link, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Slowman Shield Link. Be the maestro of your own home.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura ADX. $239 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines. #1 in the USA.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Good evening. Welcome aboard. Might be afternoon, might be morning, might be midday, wherever you're watching live, or if you're going to watch it recorded. This is our second show today. You know, when I do a second show, there's a reason why I do a second show, right? I don't just go out and do a second show because, hey, I want to hear my voice and all that. No. We're going to talk about this news that has developed in the general manager list, and we're going to enlighten. Now, I want to clear something up right now, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Just going to say my piece. Not saying that I agree with it or whatever, you know, what I think, or I'm not saying that any of this is good. Okay, I'm just telling you what I believe could end up happening here in all this situation. And so, as we all know, we've got, you know, the foolish round table deciding on the fate of the Miami Dolphins. And for those of you that don't know the foolish round table is Stephen Ross, son-in-law, Danny Silman, Tom Garfinkel, who's got a ton of power, Brandon Shore, who's got a ton of power and influence, and Dan Marino. And then, of course, we add Troy Aikman to the mix. And I've spoken about this a little bit. I think Troy Aikman wants to be a GM himself. So I think Troy Aikman is doing all of this because he's going to go through the process of watching general managers interview so he can prepare himself. And at the same time, as a consultant, he's also getting his foot in the door and all that kind of stuff. So he's doing things for his own purposes to benefit him in many different ways, financially and moving forward. Nobody's kidding anybody here. I'm just telling you what I assume is happening here. And then at the same time, you know, hopefully he gives the right advice to the silly round table, the foolish round table. But, you know, it is what it is. And again, you know, when I say, hey, we need to trade Jimmy Butler after the second championship run, you shoot the messenger, right? You know, you're like, you get pissed at me, but I was right? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these things like, hey, don't pay Tyreek, but they did. I was right, you know, all that kind of stuff. So what I'm telling you now is what I think is going to end up happening. But again, don't hold it against me, okay? And it's an interesting shell game that's going on here. And it's funny. So let's go over the candidates at general manager, okay? Since these, you know, the table of idiots have to decide the future. You've got the Eagles, Alec Hallaby, who is the assistant general manager. You've got Green Bay's John Eric Sullivan, who is the VP of player personnel. You have Rams assistant GM John McKay. And then, not one, not 2, but 3. 3 49er candidates out of the 6. I mean, shit, if we put it in a lottery system and we put all 6 balls, how many times is a San Francisco ball going to come out? You're getting my feelings so far, right? Okay. So we've got Tariq Ahmed, the VP of Player Personnel. We've got RJ Gillen, the Assistant General Manager. And we've got Josh Williams, the Director of Scouting and Football Operations. So let's first go over the obvious. As I've talked about for many years here, you know, there are sayings that we have developed on this show. It's not just blind ass fan. It's not where you draft. It's who you draft, right? You know, there's a lot of sayings that we've come up with. And one of the sayings that we've also come up with, what is it that the Dolphins have been playing for many years now? Human Jenga, right? So human Jenga has been played here like always. I mean, it's just kind of the way it goes. And the man never learns. Instead of completely cleaning house, which is what I would do, which I think a lot of you would agree with me on that, okay? I would have cleaned house. I would have brought in a brand new football czar. Like I said in the morning show today for a part of it, I said, you know, Huizenga didn't get the right guy, but he had the right idea. I'm a billionaire. I deal in trash, videos. I'm not a football guy. Let me go hire Jimmy Johnson. Let me go hire Bill Parcells. Let me go hire Nick Saban. Brilliant. He went and got a football czar, and he goes, okay, dude, you take care of this, you know. I went and hired Bobby Clark and the bow tie guy. Now I'm forgetting, you know, on the hockey side, and they went to the Stanley Cup, Bill Torrey. And, you know, I went and hired Dombrowski, and I just like, yo, dude, you run the baseball team. And he won me a World Series and left me the team for the second World Series, which, you know, he wasn't even the owner, but he's the one. You know, Huizenga always had it the right way. This idiot doesn't know what he's doing. You know, what are we going to do? I mean, it is what it is. Folks, don't forget to please smash the hell out of the like button. It's very, very important you smash the like button. And the notification bell today was a perfect example. If you didn't know I was going to do this because I had some news, some nuggets for you guys, you wouldn't know that I'm on. And so there you go. So I appreciate all of you that are watching. Please, let's go. Get us over 100 real quick. Come on. Hit it. Let's go. There's only 34, and there's 144 watching right now. Smash that like button. Let's go. So remember, you can also make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And of course, you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation and send in your questions, comments, and insults there. And we always appreciate it, just like we appreciate Welton Rail, 954-966-4646. They're always getting it done. Welt and Rail. Make sure you reach out to the boys. They know how to get it done. All right. So, unfortunately, when you look at what's going on with the Eagles assistant, the Green Bay assistant, and the Rams assistant, I'm sure they're going to interview. And maybe they'll like them. I don't know. But I have a hard time believing that you're going to hire, since you're going to play human Jenga, you got a guy from San Francisco, a guy that knows half of the candidates, a guy that is involved in the interviews. By the way, I forgot to tell you, Mike McDaniel has been added to the interviews. So Mike McDaniel will be part of the GM search for his boss. Interesting, right? Very interesting. So he's going to be part of the mix, all right? So there's a good chance that we're getting a guy from the 49ers, all right? I mean, that is a high probability, okay? And so, you know, my job has always been for 30, going to be 36 years now, because we're starting on our 36th year, by the way, since we're in the new year. And it's 26, by the way, and we're starting our 30. That's pretty cool. Anyway, we are starting our 36th year. And one of the things that we try to do is find some information for you all. And so, as I told you, word in the building about a week and a half ago, something like that, I told you that you've got a building that is a bunch of people that are just trying to save their asses. Right? And that's what's been going on. And, it's all about winning the old man's heart over. And, by the way, Stephen Ross is not a bad dude. This is the worst part about all of this shit. Like, Stephen Ross is not an evil person. He's not like a Jeffrey Loria asshole or something like that. Like, he's a good dude. Like, he cares about his employees. Believe it or not. You can tell. Look how much he likes Mike McDaniel. He loves Mike McDaniel. He wanted to hang on to Joe Philbin and Adam Gase or whatever. He gets connected. So obviously he's going to be connected to Brandon Shore. He's going to be connected to Tom Garfinkel. He's going to be connected to all these people that have been around him for a while. Right? So he's not a bad person, but unfortunately he's a terrible football person. Okay? He's a buffoon when it comes to football. He's a brilliant person when it comes to real estate and business and all that. But when it comes to football, they've got it lost. And unfortunately, they haven't learned from any of their prior mistakes. So here we are making the same mistakes over and over again. So now you've got half of the list being from the 49ers because that's where you snatched your head coach from. And if you're going to make this work, you need to go get somebody from that team. By the way, just want to bring something up for all of you out there. The Dolphins had a lot of injuries this year, haven't they? They've had a couple of injuries last year too, right? By the way, who do you think has more injuries than the Miami Dolphins? There is teams that have more injuries than the Miami Dolphins. The name is the San Francisco 49ers. Now, they have Kyle Shanahan. We got like a fucking Yugo coaching the sidelines. You know what I mean? They've got like, a stocked up, styling Toyota, like top of the line 4Runner, Tundra, something. And we've got like a Yugo coaching the sidelines. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've got a Supra, a Toyota Supra coaching. To me, actually, Kyle Shanahan could be coach of the year in my book with all the injuries. Their best player hasn't played in forever, and Fred Warner, and they're still winning. And they had the shot at the number 1 seed this weekend. That is ridiculous in the toughest division in all of football. Okay? So we've got that. So they're playing the human Jenga. And they're going to interview these 3 assistants. But it's interesting that you go to you guys all get pissed off about, well, Chris Greer, he drafted players or signed guys that are injury prone. Hey, man, welcome to the 49ers world, where their line is more injured, their team is more injured, but they have Kyle Shanahan, who's better at overcoming all that kind of stuff and still gets it done. Our guy doesn't. That guy does. But I just want to mention that they look really good and they've won a lot of games, but they've won a lot of games with backups. Okay, that's something we don't do here. Okay, we don't have that guy here. They have that guy here. So I just want to mention the interesting combination of where you're going to get your guys, and you're getting also from a team that gets a lot of injured players. A lot of injured players. So it's kind of, interesting. All right. Let's also get to the meat of the matter here, because we've given you some stuff along the way if you've picked up on it. Now, what happens? Well, this is what I am hearing. Okay? There are 6 people, and they're going to interview all of them. But I'm hearing Josh Williams is the lead dog, is the guy you've got to target as a dog. I'm not telling you it's the right pick. I'm not telling you any of these guys are the right pick. I don't know. All I'm telling you is, from what I'm hearing, Josh Williams is the guy out of this group. Okay? He's the guy. He's the director of scouting and football operations. Kind of makes a lot of sense because they kind of need help in both those areas. So it's kind of a team building thing that they talked about. But if I would put my money, if Kalshi has the list of 6, I am putting my money on Josh Williams to be the next general manager of your Miami Dolphins. Okay? I'm sure you're going to end up picking one of the 3 from the 49ers because it would only make sense if you took the coach from the 49ers. He has the same philosophy, the same kind of players, all that kind of stuff. Then I would imagine that you're going to pick one of those 3 guys. And from asking around in San Fran and here, Josh Williams seems to be the lead dog when it's all said and done. So there you go. Knock yourselves out. Look up the info. Find out who the hell Josh Williams is. Because, I don't know, I just got there's just a gut feeling. You know, I just got all 6 names, put them on a wall, and I threw a dart. And it hit Josh Williams. So Josh Williams is the favorite in my eyes out of the 6. We'll find out what happens because this is, as Tom Pelissero said, this is going to be a quick trip here in this one. So we shall find out. All right, let me see any questions out there. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. True FinFan, thank you for the love on the super chat. Says, this is awesome, bro. Thanks for this. You are much appreciated. Thank you. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're still not over 100. We're closer to 200 watching now, and we only have 73 likes. Come on, guys. Let's go. Get us into the triple digits. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's rock it. We only need 25 more to get to 100. Make that counter go. Yours doesn't do it, but mine does it. So come on, make that counter go. Come on, we're at 75. Let's go. George, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. This has to be the worst case scenario for Miami, right-o? What kind of GM is going to come here being handcuffed with the lame-ass coach? Unreal. They're going to take the job just because it's a GM job. And I think because of the whole Mike McDaniel connection with San Fran, that's why you have 3 people out of the 6 from San Fran. And from that building, it looks like Josh is the guy that has the inside track. You know what I'm saying? But this is a mess. You know, you're playing the human Jenga again, and I already see the coach, so it doesn't matter who you bring in GM. That, to me, that was the downfall. The biggest crime that Chris Greer made, and Reggie McKenzie and Marvin Allen, is that they did not get the right coach from the get-go. Dude, they think about how stupid Stephen Ross and company are, that if you're going to tank Stephen Ross, well, you got to discuss that with Flo before he signs the contract. Like, yo, listen, this first year, I don't need you to win any games. I'm giving you a 5-year guaranteed contract. The first year, I need you to understand we're trying to get Joe Burrow. Do you understand that? And then when he understands that, then you sign the contract right in front of his agent. But if he doesn't understand that, then you say, well, hey, I'm sorry. I thought we could make it work. I appreciate it. And we'll part ways and thank you. And here's an NDA about our conversation. And then that's it. And you move on. And nobody finds out and he doesn't get the job. But, this is a dumb organization that doesn't plan ahead. It kind of happens that way. Humble Legend, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. He says, Ross has no emotional connection to this team. It's just another asset. That's why he's not bothered by McDork's incompetence the way we are. Yeah. My brother, you couldn't have nailed it better than that. And it's almost like he's so worried about the relationships more than the results. And this is what this is all about. It's a result-driven deal. And if you can't get with the results, dude, what are we doing here? The hell are we doing? Why do you have the job? And this is why we keep, Tannehill around, and we keep Tannenbaum around, and they keep Joe Philbin, and they extend them, and they, and they don't know when to hire and when to quit. It's truly amazing. It's baffling, to be quite honest. Ohio John on Venmo. Thank you, sir, for the love on Venmo. He says, watching the way Ross runs this team reminds me of Commandant Eric Lassard, the dumb old man from Police Academy movies. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you big time. And Anthony Zuniga, also on Venmo. Big O, another disastrous year. It's exhausting being a Dolphins fan. I'm not looking forward to next season. Ross and his puppets are idiots. He will hire a yes man as the GM and bring back McDaniel, FML. Yeah. Angel, thank you for the Venmo. I appreciate you immensely. It's disgusting where we're at with this team, dude. It really is. Yes, sir. Lenny the Locksmith. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you big time. Thank you. Cash App, he says, I can't believe what I'm hearing with this coach. Yeah, they're bringing back the coach. Not only are they bringing back the coach, he's helping in the GM search. That's how much the old man likes McDaniel, that he has him assisting in the. So what GM's going to fire him? He's part of the reason why he's getting hired. No, yeah, I like him. Yeah, I like him. So I hope Josh Williams and McDaniel had a good relationship, because I think he's the guy that's going to get the job. Okay. I don't know, but it's just, this is it's like Groundhog Day, Groundhog Year for us every year, decade in and decade out, man. And it doesn't matter the owner. It doesn't matter the general manager. It doesn't matter the head coach. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It doesn't matter who the offensive coordinator. It doesn't matter the defensive coordinator. It doesn't matter the year. It doesn't matter the decade. It's really, it's depressing. Joyce Channel, thank you for the love on the super chat. Breaking news, Miami Dolphins submitted a request to interview the head janitor from the San Francisco 49ers, per sources. Well, have you been to the Hard Rock Stadium bathrooms? Yeah, they kind of need a little help there. So I kind of get that. No doubt. Thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. He says, if Mike coaches again next season, he will be tied with Wannstedt for the second longest tenure as Finn's coach, 5 years. Is that amazing or what? It just shows how inept we are. You kept Wannstedt around too long. You kept with the Fiedler experiment, all those kind of things. Unfortunately, it's just really amazing, dude. It's disappointing that we have to continue to go through all of this, and that we don't get the happiness that we all want. It's a shame. It really is, man. And I feel for all of you. I feel for young fans who have never, ever experienced a good Dolphins team. They've never experienced real winning. They don't know what a championship is like. They don't know what it's like to go to a Super Bowl. They don't know what it's like to go to the AFC Championship game. They don't know what it's like to win at least one or two playoff games in a playoff run. They don't know any of that, dude. They don't know any of that. That is just cruel, man. And then we've got an owner that has no idea what the hell he's doing. Baffling. It's sad. Big O, after 61 years on Earth and loving the Fins since 73, I'm tapping out. I can't do McDunce 2.0. No, I get it. We're going to watch next year for no reason at all. I understand. Dude, listen, I told you guys this is going to be a bad year, and I predicted 7-10, and that's exactly what happened. And I'm an evil guy. I'm an evil person in the offseason for telling you that, but I looked at the roster. I looked at that coach, and it's like there's no way. And you're going to now have cap issues for the next 2 years, which will limit what you can do, which will require an even better coach. You don't have that on the roster. That's not who this guy is. So I understand people that want to tune him out. I understand it hurts my viewership and all that kind of stuff. And I get my brutal honesty turns a lot of people off to at times. But I'm sorry, that's the way I am. I'm brutally honest about how great the Panthers are and how they'll get through all this tough stuff. You know, it goes both ways. You know, I'm brutally positive about certain things when I can be, and then I'm going to be brutally honest about it if it's negative. I'm sorry. You know, we have radio shows in town that, we can talk about the doom and gloom or something, you know, and I'm not worried about getting in trouble with anybody or anything like that. In this business, everybody knows that I'm going to speak my mind, whether you like it or not. And usually when I'm speaking my mind about something, I'm really not off about any of it pretty much. So it's not like I'm throwing some crazy stuff out there or anything like that. But this is frustrating for all of us, for you guys, for me. It's, you know, dude, I've been talking about this team for 36 years. Do you know how frustrating it is that they never get over the hump? They never do what the Heat has done several times. Look what the Panthers have done a couple times. The incompetent Marlins have even had some great moments. And now Inter Miami, 7 years old, already has a title. So when we watch everybody else figure out how to do it and have success in their own sports, and the one we love, look, and the Canes were gone for a while, and now Mario's got them back, and still the Dolphins haven't woken up. Still dealing with the cold. This is my 6th week dealing with the cold. 6th week, dude. Is that insane? 6th week. Let's see what else. Noel, thank you very much for the love on Venmo. Appreciate you immensely. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. And of course, you got us over 100. All right. Can we get 200 now? Can we get to 200? We have 109, 232. Dan says this has to be the dumbest football owner in the league. He absolutely knows nothing about football. This is just completely disgusting. And the best part is he now has his son-in-law. Since he married his daughter, come on in, son-in-law. I'm 85 years old. You know, I won't be able to be doing all of this for very long. You could step in for me because, you know, you're such a football expert. You know, didn't you win your fantasy league last year? Come on over. Join us. Greg says, not much we can do but sit back and eat some Captain Tua cap, bring in a new GM, maybe draft a QB, maybe 10 years from now we'll be good. Yeah, and I'll be close to 70, Greg. Dude, I'm going to turn 60 this year. This year, I'm going to turn 60. Like, it's no fun, man. I'm getting to the point on the age bracket. Some of you that are there, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, I don't think I'm ever going to experience a championship. By the time the championship rolls around, I'm done. It's crazy. It really is. So, big mistake letting Flo walk. What, the guy that can't build an offensive staff? You can't have a guy that's kind of a buffoon at the same time. You know what I mean? He's a great defensive coordinator. That's what he is. He's a terrible people person. He didn't get it. He underachieved also. Okay. So to me, the Flo thing it's just a long list of bad coaches or bad people, because Flo was both a bad coach and a bad person. So it is what it is. Big O, do you think that there's a chance that all of this Troy Aikman is interviewing or wants to be our GM? No. It has nothing to do with him. I already told you what it is, Oscar. It's not about Troy's not going to put himself in there to be the GM. I'm telling you what he's doing. He wants to be a GM, but this is his door in to see how GMs get interviewed. And then this is his door in to start getting in the business and helping in the consulting side and making some money there. And then he gets his foot in the door in one NFL team. Now he's got a little bit of a resume. And then he'll start doing some other work with other teams coming down the line. He's not going to be here permanently. He's just going to be here for the search, and then he's gone. And then he'll move on like a gypsy. He'll go somewhere else. So that will happen. I'm telling you, Troy is doing it for the money, help out, because he wants to show that he can help, right, and be useful, because that's part of being a future GM, knowing the league, and if he can help, like if he's the guy that nailed the who to hire, it'll get around, and then that'll help him out. But the most important thing that Troy Aikman is doing is sitting in those interviews and watching the GMs make their the interviewed guys that want to be the GM make their presentations and how they would reshape the team and do whatever, and then he can get a good feel for how he has to prepare. That's where he's being a little selfish, and very smart, by the way. It's not selfish about, oh, I'll just inject myself in there and become the general manager. That's not what it's about. It's not what it's about. And look at the list. 3 of the guys are from San Francisco. Josh Williams. Just saying. That's my Kalshi bet out of the 6. Okay. If the Canes win it all and Inter Miami wins this year, every team in town, the Marlins, Canes, Heat, and Panthers, would have won at least 2 titles. Yes. I actually have talked about that the Inter has to now do what all the teams have done in the past, that they all win a second title, because except for the Heat, of course, they won a third. But yes, all of our teams, all of our pro teams have won 2 titles or more. And so, yeah, you're right. But the Canes, man, they're going for number 6. So that's pretty cool. Ross considering someone from San Francisco for the GM role is just another way for him to protect me. Exactly. It's human Jenga. They're just trying to make it work. That's all. And from everything I'm hearing, Josh Williams is the target out of all of them. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the arguments have in the room between the idiot table, and we'll think. But something tells me Josh will get the inside track. Just saying. How about having Bill Polian in on the interviews? Polian's not as connected to the league, and I don't know where he's at, physically and mentally and all that kind of stuff. I haven't seen Polian in years. I don't know about you guys. You know what I'm saying? So how old is Bill Polian at this point in time, by the way? Let me see. Interesting. Bill Polian is 83 years old right now. He's a monster. He is a legend, but I don't know. Kind of hold off on that. Let's see what else. Ron says, thanks, Big O, for the show. It blows my mind that Clam Diggers is interviewing his boss. So Dolphins. Peter Hammer says a fresh start would be dope for Tua, huh? Yes, and we will talk about Tua tomorrow on the show. I will have some other information for you on that. So appreciate all of you out there. Don't forget to visit our amazing sponsors, whether it's EJD Construction, Welton Rail, Caneswear, Slowman's, Laser Eye Center of Miami, Toyota of Hollywood, Acura, All Your Cooling, Hialeah Park Casino, Big Cheese Miami, Moody Dental, Subaru of Pembroke Pines, R&M Contractors. Ray and Mike do excellent work out there. Got great sponsors, and they're the reasons why we're here every single day and providing you some information on your local teams. All right. Appreciate all of you out there. We shall see you tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock.